Melbourne. Sydney is calling. When Sydney is calling, mate, there's an answer expected within 10, 20 seconds. What's going on over there? You have parliament problems and issues? Call Sydney. Oh, audio coming through. All right, so is it clean? Is it nice? If I go in a high pitch or if I go just really quiet? I'm not a commentator, but my voice is beautiful. Perfect for testing, that's all. What do you think? Is it passing? Really great. Wow, Angus. Wonderful. Thank you for admitting the obvious. All right, then, we're ready to go.
side of it.
On the side.
I can't go too
Much closer to me.
closer to you. I can't come too close, otherwise it won't see.
It has to be.
Isn't it better on the other side?
Then do it from the other side.
He doesn't want me to, but
No, it's got to come here.
Okay, yes. Come
is that
there.
good? I can't come too far back because it won't work.
That will be a problem. Okay, go high up and I'll let you know.
Can I stay here?
Maybe go high up and I'll let you know. That's too much already, no?
So can I put it on the other side?
It's up to you.
I'll put it further back.
Okay,
That's better.
What do you think?
go up.
That's it.
Go up.
That's it.
Up,
Lovely.
stop. Go back. Down. 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 Down.
Yeah, but then I can't.
Yeah, you can. You'll get it. Go on. Go on.
Down. Down.
There.
Down. Go down. That's it. It will be in the shot, but it won't go in the field.
Yeah.
But it will be on the shot.
So are you saying I can't put it on the other side?
What about the other side there? Well, that
The other
Better.
side anyway you like.
Better.
does it matter?
It doesn't matter. The other side, whatever.
He'll be that far away.
I know. He should come very close and he could go as much as he wants.
He'll be that far away. He probably won't be able to see it.
Oh no. The other side, it's all good.
You just have a look and see if you can see it. Can you
Yes,
see
I
it?
can, but it won't be
It
any
won't come in the
obstacle
film.
to me.
It won't come in the film.
No problem for me.
Hello everybody and welcome to Bernie Smith Reserve as the SD Raiders take on Sydney Olympic in an exciting clash. Here are your starting 11s for today. For the SD Raiders, our goalkeeper Michael Figuera, followed by number 4 Cooper Hannigan, number 7 Mihail Marcic, number 8 James Leder, number 10 Luka Knezovic, number 12 Lachlan McGrath, number 14 Noah Chides, number 17 Martin Fernandez, number 21, Sebastian Malfara, number 37, Robert Aramugo, number 47, Ethan Bevan, and on the bench, number 5, Jet McHugh Shaw, number 11, Thomas Santarosa, number 15, Matthew Lee, number 16, Oliver Belnich, number 23, Thomas Mako, number 31, Oliver Prizdach, and number 36, Mingu Kang. For Sydney Olympic, they line up as such: number 1, Josip Orlovic, number 4, Joshua Hong, number 5, Ziggy Gordon, number 9, Marko Arambatic, number 14, Jacob Prezoglavic, number 16, Bailey Callahan, number 18, Junyoung Kim, number 21, Yuta Kimura, number 34, Ben Yason, number 31, Yuto Fujita, number 34, Marcus Fernandez, and on their bench, number 11, Georgios Luka, number 20, Dean Paletas, number 22, Harry Peake, number 23, Brooklyn Malia, number 30, Joshua De Silva, number 33, Maximilian Lubocic, and number 35, Daniel Wong.
A new era dawning here in the southern suburbs of Sydney. The newly promoted new kids on the block, the SD Raiders, return home, bringing home top flight football with them for the very first time. It is round 2 of the 2026 NPL New South Wales men's competition here at Ernie Smith Reserve as the SD Raiders play host to Sydney Olympic. Olympic, a club, of course, so steeped in tradition and history, looking to spoil the party. A hero's welcome at home this evening for the SD Raiders. Both sides searching for their first points of the 2026 campaign. In fact, for the SD Raiders, searching for their very first ever top flight points. Both sides off the back of losses in round 1. SD Raiders succumbing to a 3-2 defeat. A brave and gutsy performance, falling just short at the hands of Sydney FC. Sydney Olympic also conceding 3 at the hands of Blacktown City. The lineups are in for Goran Laboya's SD Raiders. 2 changes, Charlie Ragg and Jonathan Sabatu drop out. Cooper Hannigan and Noah Chianese return to the starting 11. Their full starting 11 as follows. Goalkeeper Michael Figuera. Number 4, Cooper Hannigan. 7, the playoff hero, of course, Mihail Marsic. The 8 and captain, James Letter. 10, Luka Knezovic. 12, Lockie McGrath. 14, Noah Chianese. 17, Marty Fernandez. 21, Sebastian Malfara. 37, Robert Aramugo. And 47, Ethan Bevan. For Sydney Olympic, David Magrone able to call on the same 11 as started last week's defeat at the hands of Blacktown. In goal, of course, Josip Orlovic. Number 4, Josh Hong. 5, Ziggy Gordon. 9, Marco Arambasic. 14, Jacob Tresoglavic. 16, Bailey Callahan. 18, Junyong Kim. 21, Yuta Kimura. 24, Ben Giassen. 31, Yuto Fujita. And 34, Marcus Fernandez. No Riley Cox-Barlow for the SD Raiders this evening either. He is still suspended following that red card in that Pro-Rel playoff final against the Mariners. But plenty of attacking options at the disposal of Goran Laboya. And the Raiders faithful very much looking forward to some Gosball here in Moorebank tonight. When the whistle goes, it will be the SD Raiders to get us underway in their traditional green and white kits. Sydney Olympic in their traditional blue. Referees just conducting their final checks, synchronising their watches. Not far away from kickoff now, just seconds away. The whistle blows and away we go. Just about. Now we do. Bit of a false start perhaps, but we do get there one way or another. SD Raiders kicking from right to left on your screens for the first half. Here is Fernandez. Stands it up towards the back post. Orlovic can't quite claim, but the whistle goes to spare his blushes. Within 20 seconds, Raiders showing their intent and what they're all about. Goran Laboya won't abandon his philosophy, his MO, that swashbuckling style of attacking football, front foot, in-your-face stuff that we saw all throughout the League One men's campaign last season. But they've got some defending to do here as Sydney Olympic on the march forwards. Well defended by Lockie McGrath at the expense of a corner though. Yuto Fujita trying to get around the outside of McGrath. First corner of the afternoon here inside a minute. Corner taken short and quickly. No avenues forward though, and here's Knezovic for the Raiders. Pauses momentarily and then clips one over the top. Ben Giassen will pick it up and roll it back to the feet of Orlovic, who returns the pass to Giassen. Under some pressure too, mind you. Here's Gordon. conditions not too bad for football this afternoon here in Moorebank. Healthy smattering of cloud cover. We're hoping the rain holds off at least anyway. Temperature just right though, as Goldilocks would say. Here's Gordon. Kimura. Can't retain it, but they will have it back by way of throw-in, will Sydney Olympic. Well, we mentioned the new era, of course, for the Raiders. Their first foray into the state's top flight. But it's a new era, really, at Belmore as well for Sydney Olympic. Both on and off the pitch. A very heavily refreshed squad for the 26 campaign, as well as coaching staff. David Magrone taking over from Labi Haliti this year. Changes in the boardroom as well. As we said, a club with such a rich tradition and history. A club that really demands success. So many fresh faces amongst the squad this year. They'll be hoping to go one better. Their 2025 campaign, of course, falling agonisingly short of the top six and finals. As Figueira clears as far as halfway. Marsic looks to nod it on. Pass was left all too far short, though. Here's Callahan. Supporting is Giassen. That's a handy-looking dink over the top, giving Fujita something to chase, but it's just too far ahead of the speedster. Apologies, that was Kimura, of course. The 21. Fujita wearing the 31 jersey today, operating on more on the left-hand side. Here's Aramugo. But just a couple of new faces at the Raiders this season. Last year's League One Men's Player of the Season, of course, Robert Aramugo, making the step up to the top flight with the Raiders now. Here's Hannigan looking to take the throw in quickly. Malfara does well to retain it, gets the return pass and is bundled over as he looks to burst through centrally there, Sebastian Malfara. Scored an absolutely spectacular goal in that Pro Rail playoff as well, did Malfara in the first leg here at Moorebank. It will be he to take the free kick. It may be just a little too far out even for his capabilities. He does indeed look to just hook it in towards the back post. Arriving was Fernandez, but the flag is up in any case. Orlovic is keen to get things on the move, perhaps too keen. Seems as if his teammates weren't even set for that. Fernandez was the furthest player forward. Marcus Fernandez, of course, and he wasn't even over halfway. Martin Fernandez helps it on towards Aramugo. Shielded very well indeed by Josh Hong, the former Mariner. We'll have some more defending to do, though. Here's Chianese. Inside for Aramugo. Looks to weave his way through a couple of challenges and does ever so well. Knezovic helps it on. Swept towards that top corner of the box and helped in towards Aramugo. And it's absolute last chance saloon defending there from Ziggy Gordon. At the expense of a corner, though. One corner apiece now. Quarter taken short. Here's Knezovic. Didn't quite get the cleanest connection on it though. It went towards Letta, but it was too far ahead of the Raiders skipper. Big up and under there. Midfield scrap before Giassen emerges with it on this near touchline. Now Marcus Fernandez. Giassen again. Marcus Fernandez again. Giasson. Oh, he does ever so well, Giasson there, and now unlocks Callaghan on this near touch line. Wanting to isolate his defender. One way and the other, Callaghan. Well defended. Stood up by Lockie McGrath. Not diving in. There is McGrath again on the stretch and does ever so well to keep it in the field of play. Aramigo now. Letter. Aramigo giving chase again. Giasson through the back, and Aramigo keeps his feet before eventually hitting the turf. Just a corner. You have to say, well defended once again by Ben Giasson. Not for the first time today, and certainly not for the last either. He's going to have his hands full. Raiders' second corner of the afternoon. What's the delivery like this time? Short options waved away. Curled in right on top of Orlovich, who gets a very good paw to it. Letter will look to recover here for the Raiders. One-on-one with Fujita. Still Letter. Raiders just opt to keep it. Try and draw Olympic out of their shape. It's a sweeping crossfield pass towards Malfara. First touch wasn't the best, and then forced to drag his opponent down. Well, plenty of action this afternoon across both the NPL men's top flight and also the League One men's. That ball, in spite of the protest from Marcus Fernandez, looked to have just breached the field of play there. Right in front of our broadcast position as Aramigo hoists it back in. Knezovic looks to switch the points of attack out to the right-hand side for the Raiders now. Marsic just opts to go back and recycle this here. Raiders this time looking to be a bit more patient in their build-up. That's well measured towards Aramigo. One way and the other as he looks to have the beating of Callaghan. Little give and go as well with Fernandez. Aramigo will have it back. Marty Fernandez again. His path to goal is once again blocked off. Raiders will retain it on halfway. Letter helps it on. McGrath. Aaron Basic, I fancy, was offside there. It will go all the way through to Figueira in any case. As we said, Aaron Basic, one of so many new faces at Sydney Olympic this season. I make it 7 new faces in total in this starting 11. Will take time, of course, to gel, but when they click, you fancy things might start happening. This is swept in again towards Fernandez, repelled by Josh Hong. Gordon just pauses a moment, inviting the challenge before playing directly across the face of goal. Here is Giasson after a give and go with Callaghan. Sliding challenge from Letter. Giasson, well, it pops back out very kindly for him indeed. Ethan Bevan getting there ahead of Fujita. Goran Laboya just urging his troops just to calm things down, keep their composure. Just settle on the ball a little bit. Here is McGrath, who does just that. Across the back it goes with Bevan. Martic intelligently letting it run. For Chianese, and then Hannigan. Now, Laboya wants the ball speed to increase. Activate Gosball, they say. Oh, well, that's a cheap giveaway. Easily picked out by Fernandez, and now Fujita is one-on-one with Figueira. Saved initially very smartly indeed, but now the goal at the mercy of Kimura, who just dragged it wide. That is as close as you can come without scoring, just about. Agonisingly across the face of goal there by Yuta Kimura. It was an excellent one-on-one first save, and great feat in the first instance from Kimura to evade the challenge of a couple of Raiders defenders. But you feel he probably has to do a little bit better with the finish. Biggest chance of the game so far here at Ernie Smith. Flags up now. This time against Fujita. Sydney Olympic coaching staff like what they see from that last little passage of play there. If you are just joining us, very warm welcome, of course, to Ernie Smith Reserve for round 2. Pete Pryor with you this afternoon. Absolute pleasure to have your company, of course, as it always is, wherever it is in the world you may be tuning in from. Lovely raking crossfield ball from the looks of it. That is indeed. Aramugo brings it out of the sky, and now Chianese, first time pullback to the top of the box for Fernandez. Trying to weave inside, finds the feet of Aramugo. His strike is blocked. Pops out kindly for Chianese. Takes a heavy touch on the way through, and Chianese will have it back. Well, the flag was up. Eagle-eyed linesperson on that far touch line, saying that that had just spiralled and spun out of play. Another Raiders corner. Up until that Sydney Olympic chance just a couple of minutes ago, they had the Lions' share of possession and half or maybe even quarter chances. We'll have another opportunity here from the set piece. In-swinging delivery again. It's right on top of Orlovich, who gets another good paw to it. Here is Knezovic to sweep it back in. Diving header as a clearance from Gordon. The captain taking responsibility. Hannigan again will look to loft it forward, and loft it all too far forward. Through the opening 15 minutes here at Ernie Smith, and it's Olympic again. On the march, on the charge, forward, still going here. Trezoglavic, nosebleed territory really just about for him. He'll have the throw in. Certainly making his presence known there as well, Jacob Trezoglavic. Pulled into the area, Figueira. Able to palm it away, but the flag was up on this near touchline in any case. It seems the ball just running out over the byline before it was pulled into the area. It's Fujita with the pullback. No, that was Kimura. Fujita, in fact, darted away from it. The 21 and the 31 really throwing me. And perhaps the Raiders defenders as well. Figueira hoisting it just onto halfway. Josh Hogg it will be to clean up and play it back to his goalkeeper's feet. Lovely touch that from James Letter to bring it under his spell. Cool as you like, the captain. Here's Bevan. Again, looking for that crossfield pass to find Aramugo. Recurring theme so far in this one. Aramigo looking to underlap. Well, he just holds his run as Fernandez tries to bustle past Giasson. Giasson wins that tussle. Lofts it long. Looking to go route one this time towards Aaron Basic. Aaron Basic keeps the pressure on Figueira. He just shifts it onto his right foot. Cool as you like. Here they come again, Olympic though. That is Fujita. They'll just opt to play keep ball this time. Junyong Kim. He's turned it over though, and here comes Kianize with the left-footed strike. Did it take a touch off Josh Hong on the way through? It did not. Just a goal kick. But that's how quickly these Raiders can turn defence into attack. So rapid in transition. Here they come again. Malfara. Little scoop centrally towards Knezovic. Helped on by Marsic. It's Hannigan. Didn't quite have the beating of Trezor-Glavic though. You can barely look away for a moment in this one, being played at a fantastic tempo. Here is Knezovic. One touch to set himself, second touch is a cross straight into the midriff of Trezor-Glavic. And another SD Raiders corner. Will be the outswinging delivery this time. Towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Fired at goal by the head of Kianize. And a very good save from Orlovic to turn it around the post. It came off the head of Kianize like an absolute tracer bullet. Second corner in quick succession. It is Kianize again who gets his head to it. Such a towering presence of those sort of set-piece situations. Olympic able to just scramble it into touch on this near touchline. His letter. Knezovic, busy, buzzing around everywhere and now looking to burst forward on the near touch line. He just had to stretch to try and keep it in play. It was picked out by Giasson, or Callahan, my apologies. Who then in turn wins the throw for Sydney Olympic. Aaron Basic rising. He's headed downward though, only finding the feet of Knezovic, and then Kianize helps it on to Hannigan. Burst round 1 and 2. His cross though is straight into the legs of Trezor-Glavic. Kimura playing it backwards, and then Olympic again just launching it long to try and release that pressure valve somewhat. Having to absorb some amount of pressure here are Olympic. Ball forward though from Bevan, not with the direction required. But Olympic literally throwing possession away. Here's Marsic. Kianize nods it down. Aramigo's racing forward to try and get on the end of it. Olympic just about able to deal with it, but only momentarily as Knezovic looks to pinch the pockets of Marcus Fernandez. The whistle goes, much to the chagrin of players and coaches and fans alike there of the Raiders' persuasion anyway, much to the perhaps relief of Sydney Olympic. Hong Callahan now. Good looking slide rule pass. That is from Callahan. Little dink as well, if you don't mind, from Yuta Kimura. That is absolutely fantastic. The awareness to spot Figueira off his line. The technique to just place it so delicately over the head of the Raiders custodian. An Olympic just like that, or a goal to the good. Oh, that's one for the end of season highlight reels. Yuta Kimura. That is deft. That is delicious. Midway through the first stanza here, Attorney Smith, Sydney Olympic strike. Not a bad way to open your campaign as well. David Magrone will be hoping to see much more of the same from his Japanese attacker. Mind you, he's got a few words to say to the fourth official at the moment as Raiders through Fernandez. Looked to hit back immediately, but his shot is just dragged wide. Not the cleanest of contact from Marty Fernandez. Here's Kimura, the goal scorer. Oh, he's turned it over in the middle of the park, though. Kim Jun-yong just letting it run. Fujita. Back they go. Orlovich had to be alert to it. They can't get it out of their own half, though, at the moment, Sydney Olympic. Pegged back by that press, that intelligent press of the Raiders. Smart turn, that from Kimura. And now the raking crossfield ball to try and unlock Fujita, who burns around the outside of his opponent and is brought down. We go to the spot. And a yellow card as well, brandished in the direction there of Cooper Hannigan, the guilty party. Just the absolute pace of Yuto Fujita, burning around the outside of Cooper Hannigan. Kimura and Fujita have been causing no end of headaches for these Raiders so far this afternoon. And after a bright opening spell from the Raiders, Olympic now with a chance to double their advantage and go 2 goals to the good. It will be that man who won the penalty, Yuto Fujita, who will look to convert. The hush falls over Ernie Smith here. As Fujita lining this one up. Taking his time. Fujita strikes, saved by Figueira. Fujita looked to go straight down the middle. Figueira left his boot in. And his goal, at least in that instance, remains intact. And now the Raiders look to go forward immediately. Fernandez. That's a smart challenge to halt the advance of Fernandez. These sides now just trading punch and counter-punch. Aaron Bassage can't retain it under the pressure of James Letter. Then runs away from Letter. Callahan inside it goes for Kimura. Now Trezoglavic. Fujita dancing, trying to find an opening, only finding the feet though of Marsic. Kimura wins it back. Gordon, across the back it goes. Josh Hong now. Kim Jun-yong. Marcus Fernandez, and now out to the near touch line for Jiasen. Took a couple of touches to bring it under his spell. Did eventually. Here's Hong. Trezoglavic. And then Kim Jun-yong. Jiasen. Swept wide again into the path of Fujita, who wants to get at this Raiders defence again. Opts to use the supporting cast in Trezoglavic, and then Kim Jun-yong from a long way out. Perhaps not the purchase that he may have desired on the strike though. Regulation stuff for Michael Figueira. Of course, saved that penalty just moments ago. Keeping the deficit to just the one. We'll look to take the opportunity to take you through some of the action happening elsewhere this afternoon. As we said, many a game being played across the NPL and League One. Earlier this afternoon in the Sydney Derby, the Junior Sydney Derby, of course, the Wanderers getting the job done over Sydney FC by 4-0. Currently in action elsewhere, Apia playing host to Spirit FC. Just about to hit half-time in that one. Apia currently lead by 2-0, and here in Moorebank it is Sydney Olympic leading by 1-0, looking to double their tally. Here's Kimura. Strike from way out from Callahan was always rising. Well, the Olympic faithful feel it took a deflection, a touch off a Raiders defender on the way through. Nothing doing, says the referee or linesperson. It's Figueira. It's just over the head of Eramugo. Fernandez will receive it for Olympic. Kim Jun-yong now. Trezoglavic just helps it on for Fujita. Now Kimura. Those two linking up for the umpteenth time already this afternoon. Trying to use the full width of the pitch and then some. Running out of play on the far touchline. Trezoglavic gets his head to it first. Ethan Bevan helps it on, finding Fernandez. Marty Fernandez, of course, for the Raiders. Knezovic. Again, it's that raking crossfield ball to find Eramugo. Good first touch as well. It was an awkward height. Now, Eramugo looks to have the beating of Jiasen. Went down too easily for the referee's liking, and then Kianize giving away the foul against Marcus Fernandez. Joshua Hong looking to launch one long. McGrath, though, his clearance is found wanting, only finding the feet of Marcus Fernandez. Fernandez takes it off the toe of Knezovic before Letta steps in to take control of the situation. And again, immediately, the Raiders looking to transition quickly. Here's Marty Fernandez. Swept into the area just ahead of Marsic. Last-ditch challenge from Trezor to save the situation for Olympic. Had to get that absolutely spot on there, did Jacob Trezor, and he did. But another warning shot fired across the bow from these Raiders. And another corner for the hosts. Swept out towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It was Kianese again. Rising highest in that crowded, massive bodies on the edge of the 6-yard box. And just flashing agonisingly across the face of goal there. Not for the first time this afternoon. Noah Kianese making his presence felt. So dangerous in the air. He's already drawn a very, very good save out of all of it earlier in the half. Meanwhile, here come Olympic again. Knezovic has got some defending to do, and defending he does do. Seemingly being utilised a little bit deeper in this one by Goran Laboya to what we saw perhaps last season is Luka Knezovic. Hannigan, it is stretching to try and keep it in play, unable to do so though. And now he's got some more defending to do here, Hannigan. He gets it right this time. Of course, it was a very similar situation to where he conceded the penalty earlier in the half against Yuto Fujita. That time it was Kimura. Those two have kept the Southern District Raiders defenders very much on their toes. Figueira nodded on by Knezovic. That's Malfara. Over the top it goes towards Aramugo. Little knockdown there for Kianese before he stands it up towards Fernandez. Trezor gets his head to it first, but only finds the feet of Fernandez. Now swept in towards Kianese! Parity restored! Here is Ernie Smith. A wicked delivery from Marty Fernandez. Put straight onto the head of Noah Kianese, who's been knocking on the door all afternoon. And he's finally burst it down. We're all square once more, one apiece. Here at Ernie Smith. And their first goal at their home venue in the top flight belongs to Noah Kianese. Full credit, of course, must go as well to Marty Fernandez. Wonderful assist, wicked delivery. Really just took Josip Orlovic out of the equation there as well. And Noah Kianese does what he does. Here's Aaron Basic. Olympic looking for an immediate response. Jason. Well, it was sort of halfway between Kimura and Fujita there, and allowing the Raiders to steal in. Marsic wanting to march forward, but it's Aaron Basic. The flag is up though. He's not to know yet, and now he will as the whistle goes. Finishes into the top corner anyway, if you don't mind. Showed good feet to take the defenders out of the picture there as well, did Marko Arambasic. Still looking for his first goal, I should say, in his new colours. Applied his trade for Spirit FC and Sydney United last season, before making the move to Belmore as part of that heavy squad refresh this season for 2026. Figueroa, it's his turn to try and unlock Aramugo on this near touch line. Good first touch, and not a bad second one either. How's the third? Well, it allows Josh Hong to just get body position there. Tough tussle between two very tough competitors, and well, a couple of little afters there as well. Josh Hong not happy about something. Aramugo just playing peacemaker and just giving him a pat on the back on the way through. There's a good piece of defending, though, from Josh Hong to insert himself between Aramugo and the ball. Good toe in there from Malfara. Before Bevan. Again, just trusting his goalkeeper's feet. He'll have it back here, Ethan Bevan. Left short of Marsic, though, and once again, Olympic looking to use both Fujita and Kimura. Kim Jun-yong. That's over the far touchline for Trezoglovic to hoist it back in towards Aaron Basic. Chest set down. Challenges flying in everywhere. James Letter will emerge just about free and clear with it. Knezovic helps it on. Again, looking for that crossfield pass. It was Josh Hong who was first to it for Olympic. Here is Callaghan. Wants it back to Callaghan. He will receive it back under some amount of pressure as well from Marty Fernandez. Hong just looking to calm down the situation now. Gordon, again, it's that press from the Raiders. Orlovich playing his way into trouble, straight to the feet of Fernandez. Drills a shot straight at Orlovich, who perhaps didn't even have time to set himself. He saved it, perhaps not in the most conventional manner, but sometimes anywhere will do. Here they come again, the Raiders. Bevan. Now Marty Fernandez in a very handy pocket of space, but beyond the last line of defence. The flag was up. Well, the Raiders coaching staff don't necessarily agree with it, but they don't have to. It was certainly a very, very tight call.
Lino, it's about 2 metres onside. 2 metres onside.
Orlovich getting it back underway. Picked up in the centre of the park by Knezovic, who shows good strength to wriggle free of the challenge of Kimura. Nodded on by Chianese, giving Aramugo something to chase. Chase it all the way to the edge of the 18-yard box, but Orlovich was always the favourite to get there. Trezoglovic. Kim Jun-yong. Alfaro just let it run there, somewhat inexplicably. Chianese now doing some defending. Good looking slide rule pass, that is, to find Callaghan. Now, Jason again. What's cooking here for Olympic? Ziggy Gordon now stepping forwards. May have been wiser counsel to keep it on the deck there, but Trezoglovic turns it over the top. Straight to his former Mariners teammate there in Ethan Bevan. Now Cooper Hannigan striding forwards, and he's left a bit in on Ziggy Gordon there as well, who's stayed down in a heat. He's going to have to be careful there, Cooper Hannigan, because he is already on a yellow card. It's just a very heavy touch that allowed Ziggy Gordon to steal in there. And Cooper Hannigan may have found himself in trouble here. He is being summoned by the match official. Goran Laboya will certainly hope this is just a talking to, but also concerns for the well-being in the meantime of Ziggy Gordon, who is back up and about. But that will be the end of the evening for Cooper Hannigan. His second yellow of the afternoon. And the Raiders are down to 10. Right on the stroke of half-time as well, about 2.5 minutes to go. Plus any time added on until the interval. And Cooper Hannigan receives his marching orders. Well, a reshuffle required now for Goran Laboya's side. Who've looked outstanding in patches so far in this one. But now back may be required to put in a bit of a backs-to-the-wall performance as one of Goran Laboya's coaching staff also receives a yellow ticket for his protests. Well, a busy old afternoon for the referee so far in this one. It's hard to argue with the decision, though. Of course, anytime you fly into a challenge like that, you leave yourself open to a caution, particularly with Cooper Hannigan already being on a yellow card as well. Always spelt danger. Now Sydney Olympic, Kimura is blocked off initially. Striding forward here is Jassen. Blocked off by Aramugo initially, but here comes Callahan. Supporting is Marcus Fernandez. Jassen again. There is a Raiders player down in back play. Meanwhile, Sydney Olympic want to try and force the issue and maintain the momentum. Marsic, well, he's back to his feet momentarily, back down on his haunches now. Sydney Olympic will look to push and probe and poke a hole in the Raiders here. Marsic is back to his feet. He's not moving entirely freely, mind you. Jassen again looks to slide one into the channel for Callahan. He's been so busy this afternoon operating in that half space. We're back underway as Fernandez drills one straight to the body of a Raiders defender and behind for a Sydney Olympic corner as we tick over the 45-minute mark. Waiting to see if we might get a board. Corner played quickly. Kim Jun-yong unable to deliver into the area, and now here comes Knezovic. Slide rule pass from Knezovic into a central area. It's McGrath. Now Knezovic again. Aramugo's found himself in a very handy pocket of space, but he's just trod on the ball as the danger was mounting. Now Aaron Basic is one-on-one with James Letter here. Aaron Basic. James Letter with a ball and all challenge to halt the proceeds, or progress, I should say, of Olympics number 9. Half-hearted protests from Aaron Basic. And it's just a good piece of defending that from James Letter. That's another good piece of defending there from Trezoglavic on Lockie McGrath. I fancy we may see a couple of minutes added on here, of course. We've had no shortage of drama. 2 goals, a penalty which was ultimately missed, and a red card to boot. Sliding challenge again there from James Letter on Aaron Basic. Those two in a fascinating duel, not for the first time this evening. Keep your eye on that throughout the progress of the second half. Giasson hoists it into the area. Fernandez looks to pull it into the 6-yard box. Swept into touch eventually. It's that man again, Lesser. Giasson again to take the throw. Callahan chests it down under pressure from Knezovic. Fernandez towards the head of Aaron Basic, repelled as far as the edge of the area. Trezoglavic, and then Fujita, twisting and turning and searching for an opening here. Fujita, and is eventually brought down by Marty Fernandez as the rain begins to fall here in Moorebank. Just about through 3 minutes of time added on in the first stanza. This could be perhaps the last chance of the first half. It comes to naught as they are finding all avenues blocked off there. Sydney Olympic. And that was indeed the final roll of the dice for the first stanza of this one. No shortage of entertainment or feeling between these two sides. Of course, Sydney Olympic hit the front, courtesy of their Japanese flyer, Yuta Kimura, in the 23rd minute. They went to the spot just a couple of minutes later with a chance to double their advantage, but Yuto Fujita couldn't convert the penalty that he won. Noah Chianese scored the equaliser in the 35th minute, capably assisted by Marty Fernandez. But Cooper Hannigan later saw red. We finished the half at 1 apiece with an intriguing 45 minutes to come. Don't you dare go anywhere. At half-time, it's SD Raiders 1, Sydney Olympic 1.
Put that high up there, over there. Can you see that in that over there? The green camera.
Even if I see it, you know, it when it's on the other side, it cannot be the problem because it doesn't cover any part of the field. When it's on this side, it stands in front of the camera before the camera see the film, and it's covering part of the film. That's the problem. The other side is not the problem at all.
And then you can't. So, do you know?
It's not noticeable on the other
No.
side.
Do you know how high you can have that camera?
I think 5-6 meters.
5 or 6 meters.
Yeah.
So somebody see along there and this half, see it across there. Somebody just come out and put it down.
Yeah.
Nobody's using it. So as long as you can't see it.
Yeah, all good, all good.
All good.
Oh, is that one? I wanted to see a little bit of.
Was there anything you wanted to check? Or?
No, just any. Yeah. I want to see the look and feel. It's a little bit odd pitch. It's not 100% flat. Do you have sound? No. I'm a little bit down. I'm a little bit. Yeah. I'm fixing it. It's a little bit odd by mention. Naturally, I go too much down. When elevation is not high, then it's you're wondering how that looks. So, analog one against Rick Richard. It was common sense. And it can be even worse. It's still done. So, not quite in quarters, huh? So far.
Everyone, please welcome your SD Raiders. The club would also like to thank and appreciate the support of those clubs that make up the southern districts that have joined us today. So a massive thank you and an appreciation for your support that is ongoing.
Well, a very, very warm welcome indeed back to Moorebank. Ernie Smith Reserve is the venue here in round two, with the Southern District Raiders currently locked up at one apiece. with Sydney Olympic. Olympic, of course, opening the scoring midway through the first stanza via Yuta Kimura. Pegged back by Noah Chianese, who had been absolutely hammering on the door all afternoon. His first goal for the Raiders since July last year. And a crucial one to lock up proceedings. The rain has started to fall here in Moorebank, but 45 minutes of action to keep us warm indeed. A couple of jokes between the referee and Yuta Kimura as Sydney Olympic get us back underway for the second stanza. Kicking from right to left on your screens, and Gordon immediately launching one long. Aramugo gets his head to it first. Here's Malfara sizing up the pass, which is an accurate one for Marsic. Couldn't retain possession though. Kim Jun-yong winning it back. Trezoglavic. Kim Jun-yong and Trezoglavic again. The Raiders, of course, were reduced to 10. Cooper Halligan was booked after conceding a penalty and then booked right on the stroke of half-time again. 2 yellows equals red, of course. The Sydney Olympic start brightly and win the first corner of the second stanza. Will be taken short. A little variation on the corner. It is stood up towards the back post. A couple rising. Trezoglavic was one. I fancy he may have got the final touch there. Jacob Trezoglavic, always an aerial threat. Towers above many of those others on the field. Didn't have the direction required, though, to test Michael Figueira, who, as we said, saved a penalty in the first half. Just a couple of minutes after Olympic scored the game's opener. Figueira puts his foot through that one. Fujita stretching to try and keep it in the field of play, but over the touchline it goes, right in front of our broadcast position here. Malfara juggling and linking up there with Chianese. Fernandez. Chianese wants it back, hugging the touchline. Good little reverse pass there for Bevan. Sliding in is Hong. Final touch adjudged to be off Josh Hong. And in spite of the Raiders being down to 10, the pattern of the second half mirroring those opening exchanges of the first stanza. Corner taken short. Fernandez unable to bustle his way into the area. And then giving away the free kick to halt any potential counter-attack from Olympic. Gordon helps it on to his centre-back partner there in Hong. Here's Malfara for the Raiders. The two 21s tussling. Malfara just about able to link up with McGrath. Here's Letta, who put in no end of crucial challenges in the first stanza. Aramugo now looking to turn on the afterburners. Malfara. Little dink into the area. Gordon rising to meet it initially. Marcic. Chianese. Fernandez. Good challenge from Ziggy Gordon to win it off the toe. And now Olympic look to turn defence into attack immediately. Aaron Basic, strength on display. Just running out of real estate though. Bevan hoisting it back into play. Marcus Fernandez getting body position and then getting bodied off it. Dragged down. The whistle sounds, of course. Kimura, Hong, Marcus Fernandez. Hong. Well, just forcing the pass there somewhat, Olympic. Perhaps requiring a bit more patience. Urgency here though, Aaron Basic. Aaron Basic with the strike. Aaron Basic finding the bottom corner. A pure precision strike from Marco Aaron Basic, his first in Olympic colours. Restoring Olympics' advantage early in the second here. Placing it oh so sweetly into the bottom corner. Figueira at full stretch with very little he could do to stop that one. And the Raiders once again find themselves a goal behind and also a player down as well. Marcic nodding it forward towards Chianese. Gordon does well to meet it first. Marcic will have it back for the Raiders. There's a little coming together off the ball there between the two 21s in Malfara and Kimura. Arguments are plenty. The referee with a bit of sorting out to do here. Awarding the free kick in favour of the hosts. Feeling Kimura perhaps more the aggressor on that occasion. It did look like both players perhaps had a bit of a handful of each other's shirts. A shake of hands after the fact between the two 21s there in Malfara and Kimura. Devon to get us back underway. McGrath. Well, it was sort of halfway between Marcic and Chianese there. In the end, only finding touch. Trezoglavic now for Olympic. Marcus Fernandez. Good first touch to free his feet. Second touch only finding the feet of Letta. Marcic now for the Raiders. Looking to switch the point of attack in the direction of Chianese, who gets there ahead of Giasson. Aramugo. Inside it goes, and now wide in the direction of Marcic. All too wide, though, over the head of Mihail Marcic, who had just drifted into a very handy pocket of space in the wide channel. Marcus Fernandez. Trezoglavic. Clipped over the top. Knezovic is there first, nods it down to his captain, the feet of James Letta. Here's McGrath assessing the options in front, one of who is Marcic. Brushes off the head of Trezoglavic. It's a touch he had to make, otherwise that was right into the path of the on-rushing Mihail Marcic. Malfara. Square it goes towards Knezovic. Looking to open up the pitch here and play one into the path of Aramugo. He's able to get there first and play it towards a penalty spot. Ziggy Gordon with a crucial touch. Sliding in is Malfara. Challenges flying in all over the park. Giasson, who was chasing that one down for Olympic. It's Malfara who wins it back for the Raiders. Hoisted forward again. It's that man, Ziggy Gordon, with another captain's knock. Aaron Basic looking to just turn one around the corner, but he was the furthest player forward for Olympic. Well, we complimented and commented on the high tempo nature of this one in the first stanza, and this one absolutely shows no signs of slowing down whatsoever. Fantastic spectacle for the neutrals. Stakes are so high even in these early season encounters for both sides. As we said, Olympic, a team that is so steeped in tradition and history, a team that demands success, and a team that will be very much aiming to be there or thereabouts come finals time. That's a delightful looking ball for Fujita, who now looks to bear down on goal. He's just taken wide though. Raiders able to recover. Swung in towards the back post, saved by Figueira. Initially the flag is up. Danger signs again from Olympic. It's a wonderful teasing delivery. That's again from Fujita. The flag was up to signal a corner. Fancy that was Callaghan who was lurking at the back post as a corner is swung in and repelled and cleared by McGrath. And again, the Raiders looking to transition quickly, but they can't get over halfway. Malfara herring after it, trying to win it back for his side. Sydney Olympic playing their way through that press with great assuredness. Olympic coaching staff wanting that ball speed to stay high. Here's Fujita, Trezor-Glavic. Bevan stepping in now to win it back for the Raiders and getting it forward immediately for Chianese, who returns the pass to Bevan. Is he brought down? No. Trezor-Glavic got a very good piece of the ball. They are still so dangerous even when they are a man down. Are these Raiders? They are chasing the game, of course. Gordon, oof. Thought for a moment Chianese might have just latched onto that, but Trezor-Glavic was there first. Here's Gordon again. Fujita, Trezor-Glavic. Kim Jun-yong. Striding forward is Jiasin. Callaghan supporting. Kim Jun-yong from range, again, regulation for Figueira. Not the first time this afternoon we've seen Kim Jun-yong wind up from that sort of range. Let up with an uncharacteristically loose pass this time. Trezor-Glavic now for Olympic. Aaron Basic is the wall pass. Dinked over the top towards the onrush in Callaghan. Figueira alert to it. The 2-14s again. Trezor-Glavic and Chianese tussling for it. Final touch off Trezor-Glavic. Letter. Across the back it goes. McGrath opening up a little pocket of space to pick out her teammates. Now towards the path of Aramugo. Josh Hong had body position. Sends it long to release the pressure. Aaron Basic keeping McGrath very honest indeed. McGrath's done ever so well to spin around the attention of Aaron Basic, who scored a delightful second. Is the difference so far? We are going to see a double change in just a moment for Goran Laboya's side. Thomas Santarossa and Mingu Kang warming up on this near touchline. It's Malfara again finding Chianese between the lines. Aramugo. Loose touch, allowing Callahan to steal in and just trying to roll it into the path of Aaron Basic again. Too much pepper on the steak, though. Nezovic, robbed by Fernandez. Here come Olympic through Aaron Basic again. Pulls it into the area. Fernandez! 3-1. Aaron Basic at the centre of it again. And Marcus Fernandez gives Olympic a 2-goal advantage. And the Raiders an absolute mountain to climb. Just as the clock struck the hour mark, up pops Marcus Fernandez with what could prove to be an absolutely crucial goal. Opens his account in Olympic blue. And we will see those changes now for Goran Laboya's side. Santa Rosa on. Marcic off. Marty Fernandez also off for the Raiders. Mingu Kang also introduced for the Southern District side. David Magron still yet to go to his bench for Sydney Olympic. But that goal just a moment ago from Marcus Fernandez, giving them a crucial buffer, a crucial cushion here away from home. Just under half an hour to play as Olympic look to secure their first 3 points of the season. Again, challenges flying in. Kimura didn't want a bar of it, just letting it run. Figueira, little nudge in the back there from Trezaglovic on Chianese, and the whistle does go. Nezovic keen to get things on the move. Santa Rosa looking to inject himself immediately. Early touches here for the Raiders, number 11. Not proving profitable, though. As he twisted and turned and tried to deliver the ball towards the penalty spot, just kind of twisted himself into knots somewhat. Well defended, though, by Giassen, who marshalled him all the way. It's Gordon trying to find the run there once again of Fujita, who's been electric this afternoon as well. As we said, he won the penalty in the first half, wasn't able to convert. Handy looking ball again to find Santa Rosa, who will strike into the body of Josh Hong. Well, full credit to these Southern District Raiders, it must be said. They're 2 goals down on the scoreboard and a player down as well, but not abandoning whatsoever their modus operandi. That usual front foot, in-your-face sort of swashbuckling style of football that we commented on earlier, which made them one of the most fun sides to watch in the League One competition last season. But unless they can find something and soon, you can't help but feel that this one may be getting away from them. Meanwhile, we See Sydney Olympic now readying their first change of the afternoon. We'll bring you news on that as and when we can. As Olympic win it back in midfield, here's Trezor-Glavic. Foul given away by Kang. Easy one for the referee to give. And that will allow Olympic to go to their bench for the first time this afternoon. Georgios Luka, the number 11, being introduced. I fancy that's Bailey Callaghan who's gone across, or gone off across the other side of the pitch. He's put in a very workmanlike shift this afternoon, has Callaghan. Got through a mountain of work, both in attack and defence for Olympic. Fujita trying to unlock something in the wide channel there. Sliding in was Bevan. It is Bevan to pick out the throw in again. His clearance, so falling straight for Kim Jun-yong, and now Aaron Basic. First touch, it is for Luka! First touch is straight into the back of the net. What an introduction for Georgios Luka. Off the bench and immediately onto the score sheet for Sydney Olympic. And you fancy that will be game, set and match. Oh, what an introduction, if you don't mind, for that young man, Georgios Luka. Goran Laboya now bringing the changes here. Thomas Mako being introduced, as is Oliver Velnich. Noah Canese withdrawn, as is their captain James Letter. A good opportunity for minutes for Oliver Velnich at the very least, as well, a young man with very big raps on him indeed. Ziggy Gordon, confidence on display. A heavy touch though from Trezor-Glavic, allowing Bevan to steal in and find Knezovic, who wants to isolate Gordon here. Youth against experience. Knezovic just about getting the better of Gordon. Knezovic flashing over the crossbar from Luka Knezovic. That's about as close as they've come in the second stanza, the Raiders.
Trouble, Kim! Trouble!
Well, midway through the second stanza in this one, if you are just joining us. Sydney Olympic leading here in Moorebank, the home of the Raiders. Mounting raid after raid of their own are Olympic. And perhaps here comes another one of this afternoon's goal scorers in Fernandez. Kimura, Fujita, hooked into the area. A couple of bodies flying everywhere, including Aramugo and Luka, who added the fourth just a couple of minutes ago. His first touch off the bench.
Boys, can we get those bibs on, please?
And for Georgios Luca as well, his first grade goal for Sydney Olympic. Proud moment indeed. Aaron Basic again operating as the wall pass, looking to inject some link-up play. Knezovic will have it back for the Raiders. Just running into trouble though, able to retain possession. Santa Rosa looking to switch the point of attack now for Kang. Able to skip inside Trezoglavic, but not past Ziggy Gordon, who's been just about impenetrable at the heart of that Olympic defence this afternoon. Their captain, of course, Ziggy Gordon. Vast amount of experience across Scotland and Poland, and of course in the A-League, stints with the Central Coast Mariners and Western Sydney Wanderers before arriving at Sydney Olympic and bringing all of that experience along with him. All of that experience on display very much today. Here's Orlovic, which could just about be his first touch of the second half, that for Josip Orlovic. He's not really had much of anything to do. Anything of note anyway. Here's Fujita, again looking to have the beating of Bevan. Isolating the defender here, shifting onto his right. Still going Fujita, just squeezed out of it. They'll come again though, through Trezoglavic. Twisting and turning one way and the other here, Trezoglavic, and allowing Kane to steal in. Raiders now looking to play their way out from the back. Brave or foolhardy, I'll let you decide. Thomas Mako skipping past 1 and 2 and maybe able to stick the pass, can he? Well, no. Santa Rosa just going a fraction of a second early there. That was scintillating stuff from Thomas Mako, Luka Knezovic as well. Little tricks and flicks and back heels. Not necessarily under all too much pressure, as maybe they feel the game has gotten away from them. They have a 3-goal deficit and they are a man down. One would posit it would be the most unlikely of comebacks. But never say never, as you can probably hear what the Sydney Olympic bench thought of that giveaway. Here's Kang. Clipped in towards the back stick where Santa Rosa was lurking. It evades everybody though, and straight into touch on the far touchline. Here's Aaron Basic. Oh, that's a good turn. And not a bad looking pass either for Luka. And now Fujita racing after this one. Figueira was favourite to get there. David Magron is going to make a couple more changes for his Sydney Olympic side as well when time permits. Meanwhile, on that far touchline, it's Santa Rosa in a pocket of space. 16 is Velnic. Now Marco. And now McGrath. Kane. Thomas Mako. Aramugo. Aramugo able to fashion a couple of yards of space for himself, but again the cross is repelled by who else? Ziggy Gordon. Before eventually being hoisted into touch. Well, we have those changes now for Sydney Olympic. On come Brooklyn Malia and Maximilian Leboric. Off come Yuta Kimura, who of course opened the scoring. And just casting my eyes across there, it looked like Yuta Fujita also departing the fray, both of whom have been absolutely outstanding this afternoon. Two of the group of new faces at Sydney Olympic this season, of course, Fujita and Kimura. Both this afternoon showing signs of what to expect for the Olympic faithful. As Figueira looks to clip one forward. It hangs in the air for an age before bouncing off the back of the head of Leboric and into touch. 15 or so minutes to go here at Ernie Smith. Sydney Olympic leading by 4-1. It was 1-1 at half-time. And of course, the Raiders had Cooper Hannigan sent off for 2 bookable offences just before the interval. Kimura, Aaron Basic, Fernandez and Luca all on the score sheet, all on target for Olympic. And perhaps a real statement of intent for this powerhouse of the NPL New South Wales competition. A powerhouse which, in fairness, and I'm sure they won't mind me saying this, over the last couple of years have perhaps fallen to be a bit of a sleeping giant. As we said, narrowly missing out on finals last season. Stamping their intent on this one. That's a cheap giveaway, though, and the Raiders looking to pull one back. Well, Velnic striking straight into the arms of the awaiting Josip Orlovic. You could see what he was trying to do, the intent there from Velnic, trying to just bend us into the top corner, but didn't quite open up his body enough. Trezoglavic sends it long into the evening sky. In turn, into the waiting arms of Michael Figueira. Oof, that's a late and nasty one on Luca. And we'll see our second yellow card of the afternoon, brandished in the direction of Luka Knezovic. Well, technically, I guess our third yellow card, or if you want to get into semantics, our fourth yellow card, of course. One of Goran Laboya's coaching staff, also in the referee's notebook, and the 2 yellow cards to Cooper Hannigan in the first half. Luka Knezovic joining all of the aforementioned Raiders in the book there. Gordon under a bit of pressure, linking up with Trezoglavic. Gordon threads the needle with the pass, and here comes Leboric. Plenty of time and space, and the flag is up to deny Maximilian Leboric as he looked to bear down on goal. Saved in any case by Figueira. But it was really the pass from Ziggy Gordon to unlock Malia. First time ball to Leboric as well. He's picking holes in those defensive lines of the Raiders there. Meanwhile, the Raiders now looking to mount a raid of their own through Knezovic, who strikes from outside of the area, and it just bobbles into the arms of Orlovic. Well, they won't die wondering, will these Raiders? Here's Kang. McGrath. Oof. Velnic just left it behind. Bevan. Velnic again assessing the cross. All too close to Orlovic, who had an age to see it as it floated through the evening sky. The clouds seem to have parted somewhat. Still a couple of light smatterings of rain here and there. Here's Malia. I fancy the instruction for the final 10 minutes or so here for Sydney Olympic will just be to manage this one out. Not like that, though. Knezovic able to latch onto that one, and he goes down on the edge of the area, howling for a penalty, and the referee feeling that he went down all too easily. There was certainly some contact, but contact is not necessarily enough, of course. Getting a quick look on the monitors here, they look like he may have already been going down when the contact was initiated in any case. Just losing his balance, not looking to buy the free kick necessarily. Meanwhile, Olympic look to go straight back up the other end. Here's Malia in a handy pocket of space. Little layoff for Aaron Basic. He looked to return the pass, but Malia had already been taken out. The Raiders will just smash it over the far touchline. Here comes Leburic, tussling there with Kang. It's just a little bit clumsy from Mingu Kang. Taking out the legs of Leburic. Well, we'll look to take the opportunity to take you through some updates from elsewhere in the league. As we said, in the Junior Sydney Derby, the Wanderers getting the better of Sydney FC this afternoon by 4-0. In Leichhardt, just wrapping up. Apia led at half-time by 2-0. Spirit very nearly getting themselves back into it. Apia added a third, but it finished 3-2 in favour of Apia. Elsewhere, at Seymour Shore, Sutherland currently locked up with Sydney United 58, one apiece. As this is clipped in towards the penalty spots. Pinball chaos, goal! A captain's knock for Ziggy Gordon. Well, he's perhaps not the most likely of candidates, but Ziggy Gordon opens his account, adding the 5th on a 5-star performance here for Sydney Olympic. They just bounced around everywhere, and Gordon, the quickest to react, to turn it beyond the despairing Michael Figuera. And Sydney Olympic have shorn up all 3 points here at Ernie Smith. It will not be a happy homecoming for the Southern District Raiders this afternoon. It will be happy travels for Sydney Olympic. David Magron will take the final opportunity to go to his bench again for the afternoon. Joshua De Silva being introduced, as well as Leboric. My apologies, it was in fact Daniel Wong who was introduced earlier wearing the 35, not Leboric. Leboric is in fact wearing the number 33 jersey, as he was stretching to try and reach that one there. Daniel Wong, of course, who came off the bench earlier, last week's goal scorer. And that 3-1 defeat at the hands of Blacktown. Sydney Olympic have well and truly banished those demons. And as we said, of course, wearing the 30, just introduced, Josh De Silva. Malia helps it on to Jason. Wide it goes. Plenty of space to stride into centrally. Here is Wong. Slide rule pass is good for Jiasin. Could it be 6? It's hooked off the line at the very last available opportunity. Frustration there perhaps from Bevan. The ball was already gone. Just giving Georgios Luka a bit of a shove on the way through as well. Just taking you back to that action at Seymour Shaw very quickly. It's followed a very similar pattern to this one so far. Of course, Sydney United, the away team, opened the scoring, pegged back a few minutes later by Sutherland. However, it's Sydney United who've seen red right on the stroke of half-time, that one with about 54 or 55 minutes gone so far. Meanwhile, the Raiders not giving up the ghost here. Knezovic driven straight into the legs of Gordon. The Raiders will have a quarter for their troubles. You can see just how much of a toll this match has taken on a number of those Raiders players. Ethan Bevan, Lockie McGrath, they look absolutely spent out there. Well, don't forget later this evening, 7 o'clock, Blacktown City hosting Manly United. And at 7:15, the derby. St George City against St George FC. Tomorrow afternoon, just the one match. Wollongong Wolves playing host to another newly promoted side in the University of New South Wales. Winners of last year's League One men's competition, as this corner is swung in again, right on top of Orlovich, who had a crowded, massive bodies around him. And he's done ever so well to get a very strong paw to it and turn it over the crossbar. He was one who I was really impressed with when he was given the opportunity at Sydney United last season. Crossed the divide this season, of course. And he's performed admirably when he's had to today. Outswinging corner is repelled by the first defender. And Laboric, I should say. Here's Wong. Space to drive into. Wong. Knezovic recovers ever so well. To think that he's got through 88 or so minutes of football here, Luka Knezovic, and is still able to recover and put in a challenge like that is noteworthy. Oh, that's an uncharacteristic loose giveaway from Ziggy Gordon. Now Velnich with a chance to burst into the area, pulled back across the face, and nearly chaos. De Silva, I think it was, getting a toe to it and nearly putting through his own net. It could have ended up anywhere. As it was, it just flashed harmlessly across the face. That's not what you expect to see from the Olympic captain there in Ziggy Gordon. They come again here. Kang. Then Velnich swept in towards the penalty spots. It's Kang again on this near touchline. Bevan. Looking to switch the point of attack for Eramugo, who's been a little bit quieter this second half, as, well, one might perhaps expect. It doesn't have the beating of Jiasin. Eramugo was fantastic, so lively, such a live wire in that first stanza here in the second half. And Jiasin has certainly had his number. As we said, you may expect that he's having to play a lot more defensively this half, is Eramugo, following the dismissal in the first half of Cooper Hannigan. All in all, challenge there from Jet McHugh Shaw. And now Knezovic. Still going, Knezovic. Looking to slide one in behind for Santa Rosa. Marshall's off it is he? By Josh Hong. The whistle goes, and well, that's a clear and evident sign of frustration. And an easy yellow card for the referee to give there in the direction of Thomas Santarossa. You don't like to see it, of course, but Santarossa making the referee's decision very, very easy there. That's a blatant kick away of the ball. And I'd be interested to see if that's on the Southern District Raiders team's fines list. Yellow card for dissent for kicking the ball away. Be very interested to see what the fine is worth. Internally, of course. Aramugo, towering sort of header from Robbie Aramugo, who's taking his time to get back to his feet. He is now. De Silva. Well, Kang will have it back for the Raiders and give it straight back to Olympic. Laboric. Centrally it goes for Malia. The 223s tussling. Luca. Trying to skip his way inside. It's McHugh Shaw with some strong defending. Assisted by Thomas Marco. McHugh Shaw emerges free and clear with it. And looks for one of those raking crossfield passes that were the order of the day in the first half. This one is left short and capably picked out by De Silva. Bevan wanting a bit more movement in front to hoist it into. Finds some, eventually in the form of Melnich, who has a couple of blue shirts for company. He's able to skip around one of them until he's hauled to the deck there by De Silva. And maybe one last roll of the dice here, which would be nothing more than really a late consolation. As we tick towards the 3rd minute of time added on here at Ernie Smith. Barely even noticed that we'd hit 90 minutes. In fact, this one has just gone at an absolute rate of knots from go to woe. Free kick hoisted in towards the back post, where Orlovich will rise to pluck us out of the evening sky here in Moorebank. Being counted down by the referee to get things back on the move, and rolls it to the feet of his captain there in Gordon. Kim Jun-yong. Now, Laboric, I should say. Laboric again. Will finish with the ball at his feet, and that will indeed be that here at Ernie Smith Reserve. A happy homecoming it was not for these Raiders. It was indeed happy travels for Sydney Olympic. 5 goals and a 5-star performance. Yuta Kimura set the tone for proceedings in the 23rd minute. Southern Districts pegged one back in the 35 via Noah Kianese. Cooper Hannigan saw red right on the stroke of half-time, though, leaving the task oh so difficult for these Raiders. And wow, didn't Sydney Olympic make it just so. 4 goals in the second half, courtesy of Marco Arambasic, Marcus Fernandez, Georgios Luca with his first touch off the bench, capped off, fittingly so, by their captain in Ziggy Gordon. Well, that's a wrap from all of us here at Ernie Smith Reserve in Moorebank. It has been an absolute pleasure having your company, as it always is, of course. But until next time, I've been Pete Pryor, and from me, it's bye for now.